Hey Gemini, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channel messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in Virgo season. It's been a little quiet this week, which has definitely been welcomed. It's a nice energy in the astrology because there has been a lot going on. What I love about Virgo season is it reminds us that value of taking care of ourselves, mental, emotional, physical well-being, making sure that we're having that balance of activity and rest. Ayurveda is a huge proponent of that. That's what sets a strong foundation for ourselves. That's the way that we can kind of hear our wants, our needs, is like when we're in balance, essentially. I know that's kind of a very, utopian ideal because I think there are things that are always going to challenge that balance around us on the daily. But the idea is to draw a little bit closer to ourselves, so to speak. We have 4 planets in retrograde, the outer planets right now, and we're just coming off of a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So much of what we're navigating through is teaching us these harder lessons or deeper spiritual lessons of connecting with ourselves in a more authentic way. That can be a very painful process, right? It doesn't mean that everything's like, healing is difficult. It's difficult to be honest and aware of ourselves, of our surroundings, relationships, and whether or not it's serving us, whether it's something we want to keep around, etc. Those are just like hard things, and we're all going through it. It's Pluto moving into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. The reshuffling is really breaking down things that no longer work, structures, the way of doing, the way of living, so we can rebuild in a more harmonious and balanced way. Again, maybe a little pie in the sky, but I love it. I'll take it. That's also why I like to start off with an energy cleansing, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out places you might feel blocked, limited. It's a great time to set your own intention as well, Gemini, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your personal situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of that realignment of self, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're aligned, like I was talking about, it really helps with our decision making, with our manifesting, with our ability to actually go after and live the life we want to live. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up, Gemini. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, with that, let's get into it. This is a little slow moving this morning, just like myself. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Gemini, I do hear you are slowing down or you're trying to slow down. Like I was hearing specifically, you don't want to move too fast through something that maybe you initially were kind of trying to make really definitive opinions or decisions around. And I think it's kind of been to your detriment, but I feel like you already understand that on some level. As I'm saying this, I'm reminded of how Mars has been weirdly aspected, tensely aspected. We're not getting a lot of momentum in places that we're expecting it to happen. Mars is tensely aspected to Jupiter right now. So Jupiter is our fortune and our abundance. Mars is the way we're able to carry that forward, the way we're able to put plans into action in order to make something happen. And we really have to listen to our instincts right now. That's been a theme. Jupiter's in Cancer. So our abundance is in the things that make us feel safe, supported, loved, nurtured. Even if you're not getting that from an outside source, we have to be that for ourselves first and foremost, right? And so it isn't like whatever you're navigating through, if even like we're being forced to make sure that we're giving ourselves that foundation, and then it's reflected into the environment around us. So it looks like, again, I'm glad, or I would say it's positive if you are slowing down, because it looks like you're sorting something out this week. It looks like you know something, like you're feeling like something is on the horizon, right? Like you're feeling like something is coming. And I feel like you've actually been preparing for this for a while. This kind of goes back to whatever that original channeled message was. But now as it's getting closer, to whatever this is manifesting, I feel like maybe there's a little bit of nostalgia, a little shoulda, woulda, coulda popping up. You're starting to be more respectful to the process. You know, like oftentimes I think as humans, we get excited for the next best thing. It's easy, it's natural, whatever. But then, you know, we're reminded of like maybe what we're losing or what we're leaving behind. The Emperor pops out and 8 of Pentacles. So this definitely is an energy of someone, something who needs things to be done in their way. And maybe in this moment in time, they are showing you, well, that's kind of like what this is saying, submission, mirror effect, and it's not me. They're showing you that they're willing to give you something, right? They're willing to participate. They're willing to, maybe they're backtracking a little bit. I'm also hearing this is some of the difficulty around this dynamic, because there has been a lot of back and forth for you specifically, especially when it comes to your clarity around it. I think that's becoming more clear to you. And I think that that's kind of where there's this part of you that's becoming a lot more determined to make what you want happen, right? And this is like, it's not about forcing them to do what you want them to do. This is about you doing what you need to do for you. Forgiveness is in your blocked energy this week, so just be mindful, Gemini. It's so easy, and often this can become our fuel to get out of a dynamic we don't want to be a part of, is to point the finger, is to blame, and definitely validate yourself. I'm a huge proponent of that. You're moving forward, right? You're transitioning, and it's going to be a better transition. Actually, it's carrying a lot of peace. It's carrying a lot of tranquility with it. There's a lot of promise, and I think that that's what you're excited for. So that's like that part of you that's kind of like ready to make it happen. But at the same time, make sure to check in with yourself that you're not holding on to any unnecessary anger or resentment. I mean, it's becoming pretty clear that whatever this is it's not about you, right? Like it's about this other person, this other situation. They're coming in as the Chariot. So this strong need to be to be the person on top. And that's very much how the Emperor energy is. It's Aries. It's all about self, right? And it's very beneficial when it's in its positive vibration, so to speak, when it's in its like, you know, when it's expressing in a good way, right? Like it's someone who's like on top of their game, like has everything buttoned up, they're, you know, on point, etc. But when it comes to working with people, that can be a little bit dicey. And this person situation is definitely in this energy of me first. Like I want what I want when I want it. And you're like, well, so do I. You know, Wheel of Fortune. you're in this, I love this card because it really embodies the Wheel of Fortune. Being able to work with the forces, work with the dynamics in the way that do make things, that do push things forward in a positive way, in an abundant way for you. Like I was talking about with that Jupiter in Cancer. Because whatever this dynamic is showing you, it feels very much like I'm not on board with your stuff, right? Like I'm on board with my stuff, but if you're not giving in return, then Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, she's been popping up a lot for us. If it's not someone specific, like this definitely feels like help, support, someone who's providing a stable foundation, someone who's providing a stable foundation to really understand that this is not about you, right? Or maybe things that you have taken on, that you've taken personally. This is something that's highlighting for you that it's not true. And the more that you engage with this energy, like I said, it could be a person, or it could just be like some type of validation, confirmation. You come across a YouTube video, you really like someone's content. They're talking about, whatever you're dealing with. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel, or that's exactly what's happening. You're getting this confirmation. And like I said, the more you invest in it, the more you're feeling supported, the more you're feeling stronger in yourself, the more it's highlighting what is really yours and what is really someone else's, which can be very difficult. People love to throw their shit on us, right? And oftentimes people are very good at, especially when they're very closed off or unwilling to have a conversation, to be open, to be flexible, etc. Oftentimes they're going to keep their viewpoint of you, of the situation, very limited. But it's something that, like, I don't think when all this stuff comes to head, it doesn't look like this is something you're unaware of. I feel like in a certain way, Spirit is preparing you for what is to come. I feel like that's part of this slowing down process for you, because there are decisions. This dynamic person is forcing you to make a choice at the end of it, or they're making a choice based on how the interaction is going. For them, it's a last-ditch effort. For them, it looks like it's their peace offering. It does feel a little bit shaky, though. And what I like about this for you is whatever the dynamics were before, I think I was talking about this in the very beginning, it's just not working anymore, right? Like, however this person's situation had things set up, you're either smarter or you see it differently now, or it's not as, I want to say, valuable. Like, it's not as worth it to you to like live under this guise, whatever picture they're trying to paint. I think you're calling them to a certain level of accountability. I think it's going to be kind of hard for them. They're very calculated with their move. And I'm not saying that necessarily that they're doing something behind your back, unless that's something you're picking up. This is more just like they're very calculated about how much they want to give. I am ready to receive. I know that I can manifest all that my heart desires. So you're in this space where you are, like I said, Spirit's preparing you. Spirit's preparing you for something, I think, better, or something that has a little more depth to it. Whether or not this person's situation is coming along is still kind of like to be determined. I'm seeing two different things from their energy. Like, part of them wants to, but part of them doesn't, And a lot of it is going to be about whether or not they can find some humility. And I think that's to be determined. And I think like you stepping into your power is going to be a little challenging for them. I am not stressing again, but that's the key, right? we want to sit here and believe that when we analyze things to death, it's going to give us an answer. But sometimes we just have to let things play out. Hence why they are moving a little slower, because we're seeing these valuable pieces of information in the interim that are going to make whatever this is easier to navigate when the time comes. I know that worrying only blinds me from the beauty that is all around me. I think that also is just like the value of staying present, Gemini, you know, being really present in what's going on, enjoying your life, letting go of what you can't control in that moment. I am dreaming bigger, because I think it is about like opening up space for your bigger dreams, right? There's learning in this, because it's showing the ways it maybe brought someone in that really wasn't, maybe it was what you wanted, but not really, you know, is what I'm hearing anymore. And so now you're being presented this opportunity to like grow into a bigger space. I know that my life is only limited by my imagination. I feel like we're supposed to dream big, especially with Pluto moving into Aquarius. Aquarian energy kind of has this really like fanciful, innovation, utopian type vibe to it. And now is the time, right? But we really have to not only get out of our own way, but really decipher who and what is in our way as well, which again, it's not an easy process. And it looks like whatever you're kind of moving through is giving you what you need. It's giving you those indicators. Again, like just be mindful of places you might be holding on to a grudge or whatever, because a lot of this that we are changing and letting go of, Death, Justice, King of Wands, we have to do so in a diplomatic manner. Just like it was what it was, I learned what I learned, and now I'm moving forward. So I hope that helps. I hope that's not too heavy at the end. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. Know it blesses my heart, and I'm sending love and blessings back to you.